Good afternoon, everybody. Matt McNamara with Scott and Wallace for another Tuesday Facebook Live with Scott and Wallace. Sorry we missed you last week. It's back to our normal 2 p.m. time slot, and I'm sorry again you're stuck with me doing it by myself. Rob and Clint are out doing some important business for the firm, so I'll be handling it today. Today we wanted to talk about some of the issues that have come up around town about why you would want to have an attorney handle a lawsuit or a legal matter for you as opposed for an individual trying to move forward on their own. As you probably know from us talking in the past, I handle the firm's labor and employment division. And in my area of law, there are certainly areas where you can attempt to do something on your own and it just may not be the best route to go. Specifically for employment law, number one is when you have to file a lawsuit alleging discrimination, you have to go through an administrative process first. And certainly it's set up so an individual can go out and they can file a complaint with the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and they can go through that process on their own. However, on the other side, your employer is going to go out and hire an attorney to help them with that process. And they'll be paying that attorney to go through that process to make sure that you don't get the right to sue letter at the end of that, so you don't have an ability to move forward with a lawsuit going forward. So even though you can go through that process on your own, in that situation you will be going up against a side that has their own attorneys who know those areas of law. Second point for going through an employment law claim is it's not an area of law where it's exactly very bright line rules. All the cases, as we've talked about, are very fact sensitive, which is why we always recommend you giving us a call for free. We'd be happy to go over your situation, just because no knowledge of the law, of the case law, how those facts get applied to what the law is, are all very important in determining whether you have a claim or not. And it's very easy to miss something, a fact that you might not think is very important, but under the case law, it's a very important fact that the court should consider, and it's in your best interest to make sure that they are considering all the facts and all the important materials. Third, when we get into workers' compensation, again, the law is set up in a way that's called self-executing. It's supposed to be something where an individual can do it on their own. But when you open up a workers' compensation claim, the people there to assist you throughout the process are the insurance company, the insurance company's adjuster, and the insurance company's case.
We'll answer that when we're not live if it doesn't come up in a second.
We'll circle back around to that one when it's populated.
And now, can you explain the difference between, or what is the difference between employment and labor law for those that don't know?
So when we talk about employment law, we're concerning discrimination in the workplace, retaliation, you're not getting paid overtime, you're not getting paid minimum wage, so kind of wage and hours issues. And that's on the employment side of things. When we talk about labor, we're referring to our workers' compensation practice. In that area of the law, that's when you're injured on the job. It's not, at that point, it's out of your employer's hands. If an employer, which almost every single employer in the state of Florida is required to have workers' comp insurance, you're not dealing with your employer at that point. You're dealing with their insurance company, their workers' comp carrier. So employment law is you're going after your employer directly for things that they've done to you personally. For workers' compensation, we're representing you against their insurance company for issues that might arise up, whether they, do in time or they have done them, or even if you just want somebody there to make sure they're doing everything correct along the way.
Yeah, perfect. And you've been pretty busy over the last year doing employment and labor law here, correct?
Yes, it's been a very busy last year, and I already can't believe it's February of this year. It's just another year of time flying by.
Perfect. Sounds good. Well,
if there's no more questions, as always, feel free to give us a call. You can go visit our website. We're happy to answer any and all questions you might have on the employment labor side or on the personal injury side. There's no consultation fee or anything, so if you have any questions, give us a call. Me and Robert and Clint would be happy to go over those with you and make sure that you feel comfortable with your situation.
perfect.
See you next Tuesday.